Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we are playing a little bit of Golgari Sacrifice with a new card from Wilds of Eldraine that I've neglected a little bit to try. I very much believe it exists on the jankier side of the spectrum when it comes to cards which are going to make a splash in Explorer and Pioneer, but let's take a look at Agatha's Soul Cauldron, and rather appropriately for a Cauldron, this is an absolute word soup of a card. So it's 2 mana for a legendary artifact that says you may spend mana as though it were mana of any colour to activate abilities of creatures you control. Creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on them have all activated abilities of all creature cards exiled with Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Tap, exile target card from a graveyard. When a creature card is exiled this way, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So essentially it's a way of exiling cards under the Cauldron, then giving another creature you control all of its activated abilities. So in a deck like this, this kind of Golgari Sacrifice deck, which kind of makes use of Priest of the Forgotten Gods, Woe Strider, these kind of sacrifice outlets, you're very much looking to kind of copy the ability of Priest of Forgotten Gods if you've got one in the graveyard, possibly Woe Strider as well to give you that scry action. And potentially you could even do it for a Llanowar Elves or an Elvish Mystic if you are so minded. So that's why it's kind of marginally playing the Cauldron. I would say it's not kind of a combo that's entirely dependent on the Soul Cauldron. There are a couple of decks flying around like that which kind of try and use the Cauldron to make infinite mana and that kind of thing. That's not what we're really about. It's just kind of providing that little bit of upside if some of our creatures get killed, to giving us, allowing us to kind of use these abilities again, even if the creatures aren't on the battlefield. And so the rest of the build of the deck is Golgari Sacrifice, as you would expect to find it. So we have the full 8 copies of the 1 mana Elves. We have 4 Lazotep Reaver, which is a very good card in this deck because it's a 1/2 that comes with an additional creature attached. Priest of Forgotten Gods, one of the most powerful cards in the deck, a 1/2 for 2 that says tap, sacrifice 2 other creatures. Any number of target players each lose 2 life and sacrifice a creature. You add 2 black mana and draw a card. Then we've got our life gain and our kind of finishers, a couple of our finisher cards. So Vran, Executioner, Thane. Whenever one or more creatures you control, other creatures you control die, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. And then Zulaport Cutthroat, which does a similar kind of thing, but every time a creature we control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. And we're also running Mosswood Dread Knight in this deck, so 3/2 for 2. We've seen this in a few decks. The Dread Whispers will come in handy, and just this kind of it kind of fits the theme of just creatures that keep coming back, using the graveyard. It's all good. Woe Strider, another creature that comes with another creature attached, so 3/2 for 3, comes with a goat token, and you can sacrifice any other creature you control to scry 1, and then you can bring it back later with its escape. And then Tyvar Jubilant Brawler, so 3 loyalty, 3 mana Planeswalker, lets you activate the abilities of creatures you control as though they had haste. And its +1 is to untap a target creature, and -2 mill 3 cards and return a creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So we can bring back many of our powerful cards using that. And then finally, one of my favourite cards in the format, we are running 4 copies of Collected Company. Look at the top 6 cards of your library, instant speed, put up to 2 creature cards with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield, so we can flood the board very quickly using this card and just kind of overwhelm the opponent with sacrifice triggers, Priest of Forgotten Gods activations. It's all good. So yeah, that is the main deck. A relatively small number of lands, just because it's a very low to the ground curve, and we're also running a lot of elves, mana elves as well, but the 16 dual lands, a couple of basic lands, and then Lair of the Hydra as a creature. Then in the sideboard, quite a simple sideboard, we have Gigantha as our companion, so we can play that from time to time if we particularly need a 5/5, or if we just run out of other things to do, really. 4 copies of Fatal Push, 4 copies of Thoughtseize, so whereas we, in a black deck, might be used to seeing these in the main deck, they don't necessarily fit the overall bill of the deck, so we can bring those in as and when we need them. 3 copies of Haywire Might, very good at dealing with problematic non-creature on artifacts or enchantments, also gains a little bit of life. And Scavenging Ooze is our graveyard hate of choice. We'd put it in creature form because we can get a Scavenging Ooze with Collected Company, or a Jubilant Brawler, or if we exile it with Agatha's Soul Cauldron, then our other creatures will also gain that ability as well. So that is the deck. Let's go onto the ladder. Thank you very much for watching. Hit those like and subscribe buttons. I think we're moving towards 800 subscribers now, as I said before, so see if we can get over that hurdle as soon as possible. And yeah, let's go and see how we go on with this. So we're on the draw. This hand is a mulligan. So is this one. This is better, so let's pop back Pathway, and I think probably Cutthroat at this point. Okay, so the opponent's on. Interesting, you don't normally see Jagantha with Star as headquarters, so could be some sort of elementals deck, maybe? Okay, interesting. So let's play Tyvar. Let's get that precious, precious value. So it looks like they're digging for lands. Still not entirely sure what they're doing here. Let's play Woestrider. Let's sack it. Play Vran. Have another land. Okay, so it is a Beanstalk deck. Okay, all the volcanic spites in the world at the moment. So let's play Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Let's play Dread Knight. Pass the turn. Okay, so it is an Elementals deck. Fair enough. So they've got a lot of land now, so let's hurry this process up, I think. So let's exile our own priest. Let's target Vran. Ooh, that's good. So let's play Elf. Let's attack with our Dread Knight. Now let's use Vran. Now we've got the mana to recast this. Play Dread Knight again. Oh, it's all going very well. Okay, I don't think Elish Norn is going to be enough here, but let's see. Okay, well, they have a ley line binding, so that's something. And they can double it up, so... no, let's not do anything about that. Let's play Woe Strider. Then what are we doing? We might just be dead now, I think. Losing the Soul Cauldron was a bit tragic. Yeah, we'll scoop this one up. Couldn't quite get it done in time. Okay, let's pop in Thoughtseize. What are we taking out here? So, Leyline Binding is probably good against Mosswood Dread Knight, so let's just get rid of that. And I think that will probably do us for changes. Yep, good enough. We did have to mull to 5 in that game, so... Let's see, what don't I like in this hand? I do not like Leyline Binding. Let's have ourselves a Woe Strider. Sack some creatures. Have a Reaver. Let's keep it going. Okay, very good. That is how you win with a Priest of the Forgotten Gods. So we are on the draw this time. So let's bring in Haywire Mites to deal with Leyline Binding. And let's take out a couple of Tyvars and one Collected Company, I think, here. Yep, I'll keep this hand. Okay, they're going early with a Beanstalk. Okay, let's hit them with the old Thoughtseize. Well, Fable of the Mirror Breaker needs to go here, I think. play Cutthroat into Cutthroat to attack with Priest. Okay, well, let's play Woe Strider. And Elf. Now let's sack here and here. Shame it's only black mana. But let's pop Gigantha in our hand then. Attack them down to 9. So they're probably in a bit of trouble here. And indeed they are. Good, good. Yes, this will do. Priest. Elf. Okay, don't mind that at all. Now let's sack some creatures. Okay, land is not to be. So the opponent's playing the Lotus Field deck. Fair enough. Still no land, so let's just play Elf into Elf. Okay, let's drop Tyvar onto the battlefield here. The opponent seems to be rather obviously presenting like a shark or something. No, just a memory deluge, fair enough. We'll just pass the turn again. We have our option to Priest, which we will now use. Doesn't really matter what we sack here. Let's do some scrying while we can. Let's use the Dread Knight. Play another Priest. So they've got a lot of mana. Hard casting Shark Typhoon, is it? Alright. Okay, what should we do here? Let's burn Tyvar, I think. Bring back Priest. Play Dread Knight. Play Lazatet Reaver. So if they Wrath again, that's a bit sad. That's very sad. Okay, well, let's play Dread Knight into Reaver. Well, they're certainly determined. Play a Woe Strider. I'm sure we must be nearly dead, but they seem to be determinedly keeping us alive. I'm sure this will do it for them. Okay. So, fairly easy sideboarding, I think. Couple of Haywire Mites, the full 4 Thoughtseize. And let's take out Soul Cauldron. It's too vulnerable. And some Elves, I think. Yep, that will do us. Be interested to see what they sideboard. I'm trying to remember how the Lotus Field deck sideboards. I can't remember. Yeah, fine. It's not great, but it's fine. So Woe Strider it up. Okay, they've got the combo again. That's fine. Let's send some creatures in. I think we can play Priest. We have options. Many options. Interesting options abound. I see. Are they going to attempt to end my turn again? No. No, they have all the answers. Fair enough. Okay, well, let's try playing Lazotep Reaver. Let's decline. Happy to just pass the turn here, I think. Okay, they've got 4 Lotus Fields, so that seems fine. They're going again. I assume they're digging for a Teferi here or something along those lines. Well, while I'm not hopeful, we may as well try. Okay, well, let's have Ran. Let's make them sack some things. So I should be able to just do this with Woe Strider here. Yep, 4 Lotus fields and we still beat them. um, I don't think we're doing anything differently. Maybe we'll put in Scavenging Ooze for their memory deluges. Take out a couple of Dread Knights. 1 Tyvar, maybe. Yeah. Well, we may as well. That's a good draw. See what they've got going on here. It's interesting. Let's take their discontinuity. If they get trapped with just 1 land in it, no, it's never as simple as that, is it? Let's play Priest. Let's take their big Tef. Follow up with a Lazotep Reaver. Thank you. Take Supreme Verdict here. Let's just go big on attacking them. That's not ideal, let's be honest. I mean, talk about drawing your way out of a bad hand. Christ. Ridiculous. Oh well. What a shame. Yeah, we nearly had them there, but I mean that draw was just absurd. Yorion. This is the man with his Yorion elves again. I'm going to be livid. No, a more traditional Yorion Blink deck by the look of it. Okay, let's play another elf into a Lazotep Reaver. Ooh, Restless Fortress. Don't see that every day. Nor do you see a land every day by this. Well, hopefully they'll just... Well, I was going to say, hopefully they'll just, use up their own life total, but that seems less likely now. So let's just play Woe Strider. Now, I'm trying to go wide here, though for what purpose at this point I'm not entirely sure, but... Tyvar would be good, bring back our priest. Well, they've gone full fancy land here, haven't they? Okay, so it's yes, I've seen this deck somewhere before. Yeah, the kind of prowess monk thingamajiggamajig. More land, you say? Okay. Well, let's pass the turn again, and then we'll start scrying. I think at the end of the next go. Okay, where are we going with our mirror? Ritual of Soot, maybe something like that. Probably a good idea. I don't get this played nearly often enough against me, considering how powerful it is. I use it all the time, but that's just me. Okay, well that leaves our Woe Strider alive, at least, I suppose, and our Gigantha. Digging for a collected company or something similar. Is Woe Strider good here? It's okay, I'll keep it, I suppose. That was not as bad as I was expecting, to be honest. Let's offer them the trade with Gigantha. I'm shocked they didn't take it. Yeah, Vran will do. Still not actually helping me deal with Shieldred, but I don't think they could hit her as my goat token, so... Okay, they've just got all of the removals, so that's fine, we'll move on. We'll have Thoughtseize, maybe a couple of Haywire Mites as well. What are we taking out here? They've got a lot of exile-based removal, so let's remove Dread Knight. Maybe just a couple of elves as well. Yes. Yeah, this is not bad. We can pop back maybe Haywire Might. Not sure we need it at this point in the game. It's quite taxing on the old loaf total with these lands, but... Let's get back our Priest of Forgotten Gods. Let's play Vran. Well, no, let's play Lazotep Reaver. Now let's play Vran. Wow, are they waiting for me to cast that or something? Wait, just cheeky beggar. Oh well. I'll just attack them instead. Seize. Sometimes the opponent just has the answer for everything. Hopefully that should... that might be enough. They're going to have to kill us very quickly. Let's play Collected Company. Woe Strider, Cutthroat. That's the turn. Nothing. Okay, well this keeps us alive at least another turn. No, I don't think so. Let's play the game again. No, okay, they're giving up there. Do I want to do anything differently on the draw? Well, we've seen they have... Let's pop in the other Haywire Mite, because we've seen their nasty anti-collected company tech. Take out another elf. Okay, that's interesting. Let's take their Shieldred's Edict, I think, here. Might. Goodbye. Okay. That is determination, I'll give them that. Let's just play a priest here. I don't mind if this eats a removal spell. More in there. Well, if they gave up Shieldred, that's a rather concerning development, but oh well. Let's play... no, let's just pass the turn here with Collected Company up. Just an elf. Grand. Bloody marvellous. Sure. They're going big on the Treacherous Blessings. Thoughtseize. Okay, well that's something, I suppose. Let's pop Gigantha in our hand. Untap Hum again. We do know they have an extinction event though, so that's worth keeping an eye on. They're also taking a lot of damage from their treacherous blessings. Laztep Reaver. We might find a way of getting rid of the rest in peace at some point. I admire their determination to the bit. Does mean I can't cast Coco. Why don't you have an ultimate? Oh no. Oof. Well, they've got a full grip of cards. Okay, let's play Haywire Might. Let's play Vran. That runestone is mine. Well, that's gotta hurt. Okay. Well, you are... Fair enough. They just killed themselves. I didn't really need to do anything there. I couldn't really do anything. They shut off all of my stuff. But I won anyway, so who cares? There you are. That is the danger of Treacherous Blessing if you then can't get rid of it with a Doom Foretold or a Beseech the Mirror. Don't know if they're even actually playing Doom Foretold. Did not see it, so... There you are. So that was Golgari Sacrifice with the Cauldron. Here is the deck list one more time. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.